The imperative mood.
어요, 무세요, 어라 오십시오 지말다 소스, howtostudykorean.com.
Below is a list of vocabularies to be used in this lesson. Nouns.
오줌, 유라인 권력,
Power, authority.
수준,
Level, standard.
학력,
Level of education.
직원,
Employee, staff member.
허가, 퍼미션 보안, 시큐러티 시선,
One's eyes, one's eyeline.
물체, 아부직트 버브즈, 수고하다,
To work hard.
말다,
To not do.
직진하다,
To go straight.
올라가다,
To go up.
올라오다,
To come up.
올려다보다,
To look up.
후들거리다,
To shake. To tremble.
남용하다,
To abuse.
감시하다,
To monitor. To watch. Adjectives.
부끄러워하다,
To be shy.
슬퍼하다,
To be sad.
동등하다,
To be equal.
유쾌하다,
To be pleasant. To be delightful. To be enjoyable.
온순하다,
To be gentle. Adverbs and other words.
먼저,
First, in advance.
옳은 이퀄 라이트 은 이퀄 레프트 줄곧 이퀄,
Continuously, constantly, all the time.
가만히,
To be still. To be motionless. Introduction. In this lesson, you will learn how to tell people to do things. If you are a grammar buff, you know this as the imperative mood. If you're not so into grammar, this mood is used when giving people commands, telling people what to do. You will learn how to do this in Korean, often in conjunction with the word,
주다,
which we will talk about in the next lesson. The imperative mood. There are many ways to end a sentence, depending on who you are speaking to, and a whole bunch of other factors. The way you end a sentence can vary tremendously. If you just wanted to say I will eat rice, some of the ways you can say this are:
나는 밥을 먹겠다 나는 밥을 먹겠어 저는 밥을 먹겠어요 저는 밥을 먹겠습니다 나는 밥을 먹을 것이다 나는 밥을 먹을 거다 나는 밥을 먹을 것이야 나는 밥을 먹을 거야 저는 밥을 먹을 것입니다 저는 밥을 먹을 겁니다 저는 밥을 먹을 것이에요 저는 밥을 먹을 거예요.
All of those mean exactly the same thing, in the imperative mood as well. There are many different ways you can give a command to somebody. Let's cover these from the least formal to the most formal.
Imperatieve mode, verbstem plus tilde.
어요.
The easiest and least formal way to give a command in Korean is simply by adding
어.
to a verb stem. For example,
밥을 천천히 먹어.
eat your food slowly.
열심히 공부해.
Study hard. Notice that in both English and Korean, the subject isn't usually used in a sentence when giving a command. This is because the person you are giving the command to is usually the subject, so it is omitted. You can use this form when you are giving a command to somebody who is younger than you or the same age as you, or somebody who you are close with. Saying something like,
빨리 가.
to your superior would most likely warrant a slap in the face, as you probably guessed. Adding
요.
to the ends of the sentences above make them more formal. For example, more polite versions of the sentences above would be:
밥을 천천히 먹어요.
eat your food slowly.
열심히 공부해요.
Study hard. In that same respect, the formal addition of
의시.
could be added to the construction as well. In these cases,
어요.
is added to.
의시다.
For example, original word plus
의시다 플러스 무시 플러스 나어요 가다 가시다 가셔요 공부하다 공부하시다 공부하셔요 알다 아시다 아셔요 찾다 찾으시다 찾으셔요 걷다 걸으시다 걸으셔요 눕다 누우시다 누우셔요.
Notice that these imperative conjugations are no different than any regular present tense conjugation. For example, the following two sentences are simply conjugated into the present tense, but the addition to the verb is exactly the same as an imperative conjugation.
저는 월요일마다 운동해요.
I exercise every Monday.
저의 할머니가 여기에 자주 안 오셔요.
My grandmother doesn't come here often. In these cases, distinguishing between a regular sentence and an imperative sentence is done through context. When you first learn this, you think it would be impossible to do, but trust me, it is easy to distinguish by considering the situation. Here are some examples using everything presented so far.
이것을 봐.
Look at this.
이것을 봐요.
Look at this.
이것을 보셔요.
Look at this.
빨리 올라와.
Come up quick.
빨리 올라와요.
Come up quick.
빨리 올라오셔요.
Come up quick.
먼저 올라가.
Go up first. You can go up first.
먼저 올라가요.
Go up first. You can go up first.
먼저 올라가셔요.
Go up first. You can go up first.
이 길에서 직진해.
Go straight on this road.
이 길에서 직진해요.
Go straight on this road.
이 길에서 직진하셔요.
Go straight on this road. Although they differ in their respective levels of politeness, all of the above are acceptable ways to make a command. That being said, each of the last examples, the one using
으셔요.
is less common. Instead, the construction of
으셔요.
is often pronounced and written as,
으세요.
which we will discuss next.
Imperatieve mode, verbstem.
으세요.
If you have been studying Korean for a while, and if you are here on lesson 40 you probably have been, you are probably already quite familiar with the
으세요.
form. This is one of the first things people learn when they study Korean, but I waited until lesson 40 to teach it to you. Trust me, there is a method to my madness. In the previous section, you learned how to use
으셔요.
as a formal way to make a command. These days, especially in speech but also in basically all forms of Korean, it is much more common to pronounce and write
으셔요.
as.
으세요.
This can only be done when you see,
으셔요.
and not with any other form that
으시다.
can create. For example, each of the following are the same.
가셔요. 가세요. 공부하셔요. 공부하세요. however, 가셨어요.
Cannot be said as.
가셨으세요. 가셔.
Cannot be said as.
가세. 가시다.
Cannot be said as.
가세다.
I will say it again, only when you see.
으셔요.
Can you use?
으세요.
As you learned previously, one of the reasons why you would add
으셔요.
to a word is if you were making a command. For example,
이것을 보셔요.
look at this.
빨리 올라오셔요.
Come up quick.
이 길에서 직진하셔요.
Go straight on this road. This means that
으세요.
can replace
으셔요.
in each of the examples above. For example,
이것을 보세요.
look at this.
빨리 올라오세요.
Come up quick.
이 길에서 직진하세요.
Go straight on this road. More examples.
수고하세요.
Work hard. A common greeting when people leave a place of business.
열심히 운동하세요.
Work out hard.
먼저 가세요.
Go first.
칠판을 올려다보세요.
Look up to the board.
시선을 돌리세요.
Turn away your eyes.
보안을 위해 대통령을 내일까지 감시하세요.
For security, watch the president until tomorrow. Imperative endings are often added to
있다.
command somebody to stay in a place or in a state, as you know,
있다.
is often an adjective, but there are times when it is considered a verb. When telling somebody to stay like this
있다.
is seen as a verb, the fact that it is a verb doesn't really matter. However, it's always good to know what types of words you are dealing with. Below are some examples.
집에 있어.
Stay at home, be at home.
잠깐 여기 있어.
Stay here for a second.
그냥 집에 있어.
Just stay at home. The adverb,
가만히.
to stay still or to not move, is often used in sentences like this to tell somebody to stay still. For example,
가만히 있어.
stay still, don't move, as you learned in the previous lesson,
계시다.
is the formal equivalent of this usage of
있다.
when,
아어요.
is added to
계시다.
create a command. The construction
계셔요.
is formed, which you now know can be presented as.
계세요.
This is where the expression,
안녕히 계세요.
which translates to stay in peace, comes from. The majority of Korean learners don't know that
으셔요.
and
으세요.
are equivalent ways to end a sentence. To be honest, You don't really need to know this. The use of
으세요.
in Korean is much more common when making a command, so as an early learner of Korean it isn't immediately important. For now, I would suggest using the
으세요.
form when giving a command to a person who deserves respect, but at the same time be aware of the
으셔요.
form in case it comes up. Now, this brings us to another problem.
으셔요.
Can be added to make a command.
으셔요.
Is also a regular present tense conjugation. For example, these sentences are acceptable.
나의 엄마는 매일 운동해.
My mother exercises every day.
저의 엄마는 매일 운동해요.
My mother exercises every day, but by adding
으시다.
the following is also acceptable.
저의 엄마는 매일 운동하셔요.
My mother exercises every day. I will say it again. When you see,
으셔요.
can you use?
으세요.
Therefore, the sentence above could also be used as
저의 엄마는 매일 운동하세요.
my mother exercises every day. This can be applied to any situation. For example,
네, 가능하셔요.
yes, that is possible.
네, 가능하세요.
Yes, that is possible. The above sentences are often heard when you ask if you can do something, like use a particular card or combine multiple coupons, at a store restaurant.
이분은 저의 엄마이셔요.
This person is my mother.
이분은 저의 엄마이세요.
This person is my mother.
선생님, 어디 가셔요?
Teacher, where are you going?
선생님, 어디 가세요?
Teacher, where are you going?
그 사람이 언제 오셔요?
When is that person coming?
그 사람이 언제 오세요?
When is that person coming? Adding.
으세요.
Or,
으시다.
for that matter, to a stem can create irregulars, if it is added to a word that follows the
디귿.
irregular. The following occurs.
걷다.
To walk.
걷다 플러스 무세요. 걷 플러스 으 플러스 세요. 걷 플러스 으 플러스 세요. 걸으세요. 걸으세요. walk.
If
으세요.
is added to a word that follows the
irregular.
the following occurs.
짓다.
To build.
짓다 플러스 무세요. 짓 플러스 으 플러스 세요. 짓 플러스 으 플러스 세요. 지우세요. 지우세요. 빌드.
Refer back to Lesson 7 on irregulars to review these concepts. One weird thing is that people rarely, if ever, say
으세요.
connected to
먹다.
eat. Instead, it is much more natural to add
으세요.
to,
들다.
which is a more formal way to say eat. Another change occurs when adding
으세요.
to verbs that follow the
리을.
irregular.
들다.
To eat, formal.
들다 플러스 무세요. 들 플러스 세요. 들 플러스 세요. 드세요. 드세요. 이트.
I love tables. Let's look at another table that shows how words change when
으세요.
is added to them. I specifically chose irregular words. Irregular verbs.
아어 플러스 무세요. 짓다 빌드 지어 지우세요. 걷다 웍 걸어 걸으세요. 듣다 리슨 들어 들으세요. 잠그다 락 잠가 잠그세요. 고르다 추즈 골라 고르세요. 만들다 메이크 만들어 만드세요. 열다 오픈 열어 여세요. 팔다 셀 팔아 파세요. 눕다.
Lay down.
누워 누우세요.
Let's look at another ending you can use to make a command. Full stop.
Imperatieve mode, verb stem plus tilde.
아어라.
Another way to give a command in Korean is by adding
아어라.
to a verb stem. The formality is similar to the
아어.
form you learned previously. Some examples.
빨리 가라.
Go fast.
그렇게 해라.
Do it like that.
내 말을 들어라.
Listen to what I say.
밥을 먼저 먹어라.
Eat rice first. You can eat first. However, the
아어라.
form is generally used by much older people, parents or grandparents, when they are giving orders to younger people. As I said, the formality is very similar, if not the same, as using
아어.
but I would much prefer to use
아어.
over.
아어라.
One time I said something to my girlfriend like,
가라.
and she just laughed and said, "Who are you?" My grandfather. If you want to give a command to somebody in a formal way, Check out the next section.
Imperatieve mode, verb stem.
으십시오.
Adding.
으십시오.
To a verb stem is done in the same manner as when adding.
으세요.
That is, the same irregulars come into play. However, adding
으십시오.
to a verb stem allows you to give a command very formally. You will most likely only use this form in a few circumstances, as it is usually reserved for times when speaking to people who deserve a ridiculous amount of respect. If you were to meet your boyfriend's grandparents for the very first time, you might use this ending. You will also see it sometimes in government buildings, stores, restaurants, on signs telling you to come again or stuff like that. For example,
여기서 내리십시오.
get off here. I think this is a message that is broadcasted in the Seoul subway at every stop, telling you to get off. Now that you know how to say do this, it is time to learn how to say don't do this.
Negative imperative mood.
지 말다.
You can also use the imperative mood to make a negative command. In these sentences, you can tell somebody not do something. These sentences require the use of the word.
말다. 말다.
Can be used in other situations as well, but I will present those to you as they become important. For example, you will see
말다.
used to eliminate a choice in lesson 73 and used with
든지.
in lesson 106, when used to make a negative command,
지 말다.
should be added to the stem of a word. For example,
공부하지 말다. 가지 말다. 먹지 말다.
in order to make those constructions a command, you should use one of the imperative conjugations that I taught you earlier in the lesson. Let's look at how this is done with a simple word first. If you want to tell somebody to go, you should add one of the many imperative mood conjugations to the word.
가다.
For example, in order of formality,
가다 플러스 나 가. 가다 플러스 나 어라 가라. 가다 플러스 나 어요 가요. 가다 플러스 무세요. 가세요. 가셔요. 가다 플러스 무십시오. 가십시오.
the same is done when telling somebody not to do something. If you want to tell somebody to not go, you should add
지 말다.
and conjugate it using one of the many imperative mood conjugations. For example, 1.
가지 말다 플러스 나 가지 마라. 가지 마. 두 가지 말다 플러스 나 어라 가지 말아라. 가지 마라. 세 가지 말다 플러스 나 어요 가지 마려. 가지 마요. 네 가지 말다 플러스 무세요. 가지 마세요. 다섯 가지 말다 플러스 무십시오. 가지 마십시오.
Notice that numbers 1, 2 and 3 go against the normal grammatical rules of Korean.
말다.
Is an irregular verb in this respect, and to my knowledge no other verb follows this pattern. These irregular conjugations only apply when specifically attaching the additions shown above. In all other situations,
말다.
follows the
리을.
irregular like a normal verb ending in.
을.
All 5 of those conjugations are possible. However, the two most common conjugations that you will hear are number 1 and number 4. If you are speaking to somebody informally, you will most likely hear.
가지 마.
If you are speaking to somebody formally, you will most likely hear.
가지 마세요.
Some examples of this negative imperative mood being used.
너무 빨리 먹지 마세요.
Don't eat your food too fast.
부끄러워하지 마세요.
Don't be shy.
그렇게 하지 마.
Don't do it like that.
집에 가지 마.
Don't go home.
앉지 마.
Don't sit down.
여기에 오줌을 싸지 마세요.
Don't pee here.
권력을 남용하지 마세요.
Don't abuse your power authority.
오늘이 유쾌한 날이라서 슬퍼하지 마세요.
Today is a delightful day, so don't be sad.
사람들을 학력 수준으로 평가하지 마세요.
Don't judge people on the basis of education level.
그 학생들에게 허가를 해 주지 마세요.
Don't give those students permission. Before we finish this lesson, let's talk about some specific ways these imperative sentences can be used. Tilde.
지 말고,
In lesson 17, you learned the purpose of adding
고,
to connect two clauses or ideas. For example,
저는 밥을 먹고 갈 거예요.
I will eat then go.
저는 자고 한국어를 공부했어요.
I slept and studied Korean. You can also add
고,
to
말다.
to connect a negative command with another clause, the clause after.
지 말고,
is typically a positive command. This type of sentence is used when you want to tell somebody what not to do, and then also tell them what they should do. For example,
매일 같은 운동을 하지 말고 많이 쉬세요.
don't do the same exercise every day, and get lots of rest.
그렇게 하지 말고 내 말을 들어봐.
Don't do it like that, and listen to what I have to say.
한 사람에게 다 주지 말고 사람들과 동등하게 나누세요.
Don't give them all to one person, hand divide them out evenly, giving directions. Now that you know how to give people commands, you are able to give people directions. Check out the following list for commonly used direction-like sentences.
오른쪽으로 가세요.
Go right.
왼쪽으로 가세요.
Go left.
직진하세요.
Go straight.
건물을 지나가서 오른쪽으로 가세요.
Go past the building, then go right.
건물을 지나가서 오른쪽으로 가지 말고 계속 직진하세요.
Go past the building, then don't turn right, but keep going straight. The imperative mood with.
보다.
In lesson 32, you learned how to add
보다.
to words to create a meaning that is similar to attempt try. For example, you learned these sentences.
엄마가 요리한 음식을 먹어봤어.
Did you try the food mom cooked?
결혼하기 위해 남자들을 만나봤어.
In order to get married, I tried meeting a lot of men. Just because of the meaning of attempt, it is very common to see an imperative ending attached to.
보다.
For example,
그것을 확인해봐.
try checking that.
이것을 먹어봐.
Try eating this, although the typical translation of
보다.
in these cases is try, it is often eliminated. For example, this sentence
이것을 먹어봐.
could be translated as try eating this, or just eat this, especially when used in the least formal imperative form.
봐.
It is very common to see this used simply as a command without any meaning of try attempt. Nonetheless, the meaning of try attempt is often very subtle and doesn't really change the meaning of much in the sentence. Here are some more examples.
여기 와 보세요.
Come here. Try coming here.
지금 앉아봐.
Sit down. Try sitting down.
문을 열어봐.
Open the door. Try opening the door.
먼저 가봐.
Go first. Try going first.
이거를 봐봐.
Look at this. Try looking at this.
이것을 드셔보세요.
Eat this. Try eating this.
이 차를 마셔보세요.
Drink this tea. Try drinking this tea.
이 제품 수준을 높여보세요.
Try to raise the level standard of this product.
그 강아지가 온순해 보여서 한번 만져보세요.
That dog looks calm gentle, so try touching it.
직원이랑 잠깐 얘기해봐.
Try talking with a staff member.
이 물체가 무엇인지 생각해 보세요.
Try thinking about what this object is. That's it. For more info, please visit howtostudykorean.com.